Good morning students. Today we shall study our first chapter of Geography class 9th, India size and location. Our first question is, the easternmost longitude of India is. First we have to understand what longitude is. The vertical line that divides the earth into two equal parts, that is western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. This imaginary line passes through Greenwich Mean Time and divides the earth into two equal parts, and India lies completely in the eastern hemisphere of longitude. So first question is that the easternmost longitude of India is. The easternmost longitude of India is 97 degree 25 minutes. This is the easternmost longitude that is in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. So Arunachal Pradesh is the easternmost state of India and easternmost longitude is 97 degree 25 minutes east. Our next question is, name the group of islands lying in the Arabian Sea. The group of islands in the Arabian Sea are of coral origin. These group of islands are called the Lakshadweep Island with its capital Kavaratti. It's Amini Divis and a large number of islands, and all these islands are of coral origin. It is the Union Territory of India, the Lakshadweep Island group. Our next question is, what is the longitudinal extent of India? As we have discussed earlier, that India lies in the eastern hemisphere, and the longitudinal extent of India, that is the easternmost, that is in the state of Gujarat, that is 68 degree 7 minute east is the westernmost longitude of India, and easternmost longitude of India, as we have discussed, is in Arunachal Pradesh, that is 97 degree 25 minutes east. So this is the longitudinal extent. Now next question is, what is latitudinal extent of India? Now we have to understand what is latitude. The horizontal lines that divides that remains on the earth, and 0 degree latitude is the equator. Equator is 0 degree latitude, and all the parallel lines that runs across along with the equator are called the latitudes, and the parallel lines are the Tropic of Cancer. The Tropic of Cancer, that is 23 degree 30 minutes is the Tropic of Cancer that divides India into two equal parts. The northern part is known as subtropical India and the southern part is called the tropical India. So latitudinal extent of India is that 0 degree is the equator, and right after equator at 8 degree 4 minute starts the boundary of India, that is Kanyakumari. Mainland of India is from Kanyakumari, and that is 8 degree 4 minutes north. India is completely in the northern hemisphere. Equator divides the earth into two equal parts, the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. India lies in northern hemisphere and its boundary starts at 8 degree 4 minutes north and up to 37 degree 6 minutes north in the state of Kashmir. So this is the latitudinal extent of India. Our next question is, name the parallel of latitudes which divide India roughly into two equal parts. This we have discussed right now, that is the Tropic of Cancer, 23 degree 30 minutes is the Tropic of Cancer, and that Tropic of Cancer passes midway almost midway of India and divides India into two parts, that is the northern is called the subtropical region and southern is called the tropical region. Now we have to understand the location of India on the globe through this map. Here you see that this is the northernmost boundary of India, that is the latitudes is the northernmost 37°6' north is the northernmost territory of India. And here you see this is the easternmost in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. It is easternmost, that is 97°25' east is the easternmost longitude of India, and westernmost longitude, that is in the states of Gujarat, is 68°6' is the easternmost longitude. And now the southernmost point of India, that of mainland, that is this Kanyakumari, this is 8°4' north. Our next question is the name the two seas located around India. India, as we know, is located very strategically at the head of the Indian Ocean, and Indian Peninsula is the extension, southernward extension of the Asian continent. Indian Peninsula is surrounded by water from all the three sides. On the western side is the Arabian Sea. Arabian Sea is located at the western coast of India, and the southern side is the Indian Ocean, and on the eastern coast of India is the Bay of Bengal. So this is our answer. The two seas that located around India, that on the western coast of India is Arabian Sea, on the eastern coast of India is Bay of Bengal. Next question is, what is southernmost point of the Union of India? The southernmost point of Indian mainland is Kanyakumari, but the southernmost point of Union of India is Indra Point, that is in Car Nicobar Island. In Andaman and Nicobar Island group, the southernmost point of India is Indra Point. Next question is, what is total area of Indian landmass? That India is a vast country. It is the 7th largest country in the world in terms of land area. It constitutes 3.28 million square kilometer. This is the vast country that it has 3.28 million square kilometer of land area. It is 2.4% of the world geographical area. So it is, India is the 7th largest country in the world in terms of land area. Next question is, what is the total land frontier of India? The total land frontier along with the coastline and the main frontiers is 15,200 kilometer is the total land frontier of India. Our next question is, give the total length of Indian coastlines including the Indian islands. The total length of the Indian coastline is 7,516.6 kilometer. Yes, our next question is, why has 82°30' been selected as the standard meridian of India? First, we have to understand what is standard meridian of India. It is the time zone of India from where the Indian standard time is determined. From this standard meridian that passes through Mirzapur near Allahabad. It is 82°30' that passes midway India and divides India into two equal parts, that is eastern and western part. So this is the time zone and it determines the time zone of the whole country, and it is called the Indian Standard Meridian. Our next question is, why is difference between duration of day and night hardly felt at Kanyakumari but not so in Kashmir? So we have to understand this, that at equator there is hardly any difference between day and night. Day is almost of 12 hours and night is almost 12 hours at the equator. So all the places that have proximity to equator have almost equal day and night. Kanyakumari has great proximity to the equator. Equator, as we have discussed earlier, is a 0-degree latitude, and Kanyakumari is 8° 4' latitude north. So there is hardly a difference of 45 minutes in Kanyakumari in day and night all the year around, whereas Kashmir is far away, that is 37° almost north. So that is very far from equator. So all the places which are far from equator, or as the distance from equator increases, so is the difference between day and night increases. So this happens in Kashmir, that day and nights are, the difference is almost 3 to 5 hours as compared to Kanyakumari. So this is the main reason of difference between day and night on the higher latitudes. Our next question is, why are Ahmedabad and Kolkata able to see noon seen exactly overhead twice a year but not Delhi? Yes. Our next question is, why are Ahmedabad and Kolkata able to see noon seen exactly overhead twice a year but not Delhi? The sun's apparent movement takes place between north and south of equator twice. The sun moves from both the tropics, that is Tropic of Cancer in the north and Tropic of Capricorn in the south. The sun movement takes place between these two places the year round. All the places which are within these tropics, that is Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, will see the sun exactly overhead twice a year. And you see that Ahmedabad and Kolkata lies within the, or rather south of the Tropic of Cancer. That is why Ahmedabad and Kolkata see the sun exactly overhead twice a year, whereas Delhi, which is north of the Tropic of Cancer, that is 29° north latitude, is in the subtropical zone, and in the subtropical zone the sun, all the places that is in subtropical zone will see the sun only once a year. Our next question is, why is Arunachal Pradesh is befitting name of our easternmost state? Arunachal Pradesh, as the name suggests, Arun refers to the sun, and Arunachal Pradesh is the state where the rays of the sun falls first. When the sun, Arunachal Pradesh is the place where the sun rays falls when the day breaks. The first rays of the sun falls on Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh is the easternmost place of India. So when the sun starts falling its rays on Indian landmass, the first place is Arunachal Pradesh. Our next question is, what is the significance of India's central location? So the position of India is very important in Asia. India occupies the central position in Asia. That is, it's a center point between West Asia and the East Asia. So Indian landmass is the most important in terms of this strategical position. Here you see this map, you see that this Indian peninsula, that is Deccan Peninsula, protrudes into the Indian Ocean, thereby gives it a very important or strategical location in the Trans-Indian Ocean route. So it is a connecting point between the East Asia and the West Asian countries. With the opening of Suez Canal in 1869, the proximity of India has become diminished of at least 7,000 kilometers with Europe. So India has a very strong position in the Indian Ocean. Apart from this, this Indian landmass is connected to the whole Asian landmass of Western Asia and the Central Asia. And there are several mountain passes, valleys that connects India to the outer parts, the other parts of Asia through land. Besides this Indian peninsula has this position to connect with Africa, Europe and the other countries of the western sides. And this eastern coast of India can easily connect with the Eastern Asian countries and Australia and other countries. So in short, we can say that in terms of Asia, India occupies a very important and very strategical position.